Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. I am so excited today to share with you some of my highly recommended gifts for your loved ones this Holigay season. I have some magical, creative ways that you could support different local businesses and also nonprofits and art spaces and queer and trans artists and BIPOC artists. I'm so excited to be sharing some of these works with you and some of these works that I'm also have had the honor of collaborating with and connecting with as well. So stay tuned. There's so much to connect with. And of course, as always, everything is linked in the description of this video below. So I'm gonna start off, as I've done a lot of my videos, I'm starting off by taking a little bit of flower essence, and I really want to highlight and encourage you all to support Sunsong, who creates the most delicious, potent, visionary essences, and I've had so many profound divinatory experiences with Sunsong's essences. And this one here that I have in my hand is no different. Is one that I've been really working with a lot. This is Joshua Tree essence. It's been really supporting me, and I've also been sending so much love out to all the Joshua Tree in Southern California. As many of you know, I'm living in Northern California at this moment and have been really missing Los Angeles and the Southern California deserts, and so this has been such rich medicine for me at this time. And Sunsong offers a more intensive and guided way of connecting with essences. You could actually connect with them in one-on-one sessions, and say 1-0 of Sunsong can develop potions just for you, or you could also take some guided courses. This is a part of the Seer program that's been running monthly, and you connect once a month with a different essence. And I've been a part of this program now for I think over a year, and have been so gifted by this subscription, which I highly recommend. Again, linking this all below, and I'm going to be just taking a little bit of this essence here live through the magic of YouTube. Wow. Ooh. The second that hit my lips, I could just feel it ripple through my energy bodies, my energy systems. I could really feel a clearing, a protective cloaking. I feel like I'm spiky, like I'm resilient, like I am interconnected with so many beings around me. I'm feeling sharp and ancient. I'm feeling strong. And I'm also mutating and transforming. I am shifting and changing. I am growing in ways that cannot be understood through the perception of human time. Thank you so much, Sunsong, for this beautiful essence. You could again reach out to them, become a part of their Seer program, get some intensive one-on-one sessions. It's all highly recommended. So I'm starting off with a big one. I'm like really excited about this, and like, oh my gosh, this is such a big deal. I've been such a huge fan of Taschen books since I was a young person. I've read so many of their art books. I've also really connected with so many of their books about history and art practice, and oh my gosh, it is such an honor for me to have some of my artwork included in this incredible volume 3 of the Library of Esoterica's Witchcraft. Even as I say that, I'm like, wow, how is this real? How is this my life? As I said, I've been such a huge fan for a long, long time, and let me just kind of give you a little sneak peek here. So, as you could see, there is an artwork of mine from the project that I did at Oregon Contemporary in Portland, Oregon called Nierica Santuario Somático. This is a photo that I created for the exhibition called Etheric Bodies, and let me move it a little closer to the camera. So there is a gradient green and blue background that is so deliciously fading at this moment. So you can see it's kind of coming in and out as I maybe move it around a little bit. Yeah, so Etheric Bodies, again, this is a photo that I created for the exhibition, my solo exhibition, Nierica Santuario Somático, that happened at Oregon Contemporary in Portland, Oregon, and this happened right before the beginning of the pandemic that I had this exhibition, and it was curated by Justin Hoover, who's an incredible curator who's now the head of the Chinese Historical Society here in San Francisco. Again, such an honor to have Pam Grossman include me in this book. And I want to say such a huge thank you to Pam and also to Jessica Hunley, who they are both co-editors of this incredible collection of art and words and history of all the amazing witches that exist in this world. And it is such a gift being an art witch, being a witch who traverses many realms here in the digital space, as well as art museums, institutions, nonprofits. There's so many ways that my artwork, my practices connect with so many people. And again, being an art witch, it is such a gift for my work to be included in the art section of this book. So my work is included in part 5, Art is a Spell. And this was written by Pam Grossman, and it's all about visual magic, visual art, and its makers, and I'm included in this as one of the artists. Such a gift to be included with so many amazing artists. For example, there's Jean Miro, Paul Klee, Carolee Sheenman. My artwork is shown next to the artist Jesse Bransford's work, as well as you can see it here. And on the next page is some work by Juliana Huxtable. And then if you go a couple of pages forward, there is Judy Chicago's work as well. Oh my gosh. Such an honor to be included with these people. And I just want to share a few of the words that are in this book that are shared. I'm going to share first a few words that Pam Grossman wrote about me. And then I'm going to share some of my own words. If you go to page 461, which is right across from the image of my artwork, you will see on the bottom section, it says, Edgar Fabian Frias identifies as a non-binary queer, indigenous, birarica, and brown multidisciplinary artist whose work explores notions of mutation, altered states, and sacred space. Their installations are neon-hued portals meant to be sanctuaries for inner reflection and spiritual respite. With 2020's Nierica Santuario Somático, Frias uses video, printed textiles, and a central altar to explore the notions of integration, whether of the spiritual with the material, the ecological with the celestial, or the individual with the communal. Drawing on their own indigenous, queer, pagan, witchy, mutagenic, and chimeric facets, Frias takes the occult principle of balancing the opposites a step further by hybridizing them into new healing forms. By entering a space where all of Frias's identities are reconciled and remade, the viewer is invited to confront the tension between their own selves and ultimately find peace and protection. Thank you so much, Pam, for those words. I'm so honored just to have you share your divine reflections here. Oh my gosh. And, one thing that I really loved in reading your words is that I just finished working on a tarot card that I called the Mutant card, and it is actually for the Temperance card. And in here, you bring up this idea of balance and moving beyond balance. And I really saw the Mutant card as representing eternal change, transformation, and transmutation. Definitely really conjuring this idea of moving beyond, through, and with balance. So thank you so much for your amazing vision, Pam Grossman. And I'm just going to share a couple of words of my own that are also included in here. And these, if you go to page 466, you will see there are some words here that are written by me. Next to Hex Centrifuge by Elijah Berger. So I'll just read you a couple of words from the last part of it. Witchcraft is a space of communion with the earth, the moon, the sun, the birds, the flowers, the bees, the fairies, our beloved ancestors, queer ancestors, and transcestors, spirit guides, land spirits, and parts of ourselves we often did not know we had. We are not isolated. When we enter into ceremonial states, we are accessing the ancient memory of our ancestors and of countless witches who have cast their own circles and honored the directions and elements before us and after us. These practices dissolve the illusional boundaries of time and space. You cannot continue to reap from the destruction of the earth if you see her as alive, if you feel your ancient connection to her being in your body, if you feel her cycles moving through you, if you see the resplendent magic of her forest, rivers, and deserts. That's why we need witchcraft today more than ever. A witch self-ordains. A witch inhabits paradox with ease. A witch collapses timelines. A witch expands possibilities and weaves webs within the interstices. Witches thrive within the void and understand the sacred relationship between life and death. Witches banish borders and binaries and allow for prismatic visions to take root. Highly recommend this incredible book, everyone. This is such a beautiful gift to give your loved ones, especially if you have some of them that are getting excited about witchcraft or have been fully deep in the practice for a long time. This is definitely one for the witches. Again, thank you so much, Taschen, for including me in this book. And thank you, everyone, for all of your divine support. I've gotten so many wonderful messages about this book. I know many of you have already purchased this. Definitely recommend this for everyone else. Next, I want to share about the Theyfriend Non-Binary Performance Festival that I was just fortunate enough to be a part of. It just happened a few days ago in San Francisco at the Brava Theater, and I had the honor of performing with both Lotus Boy, who's right there, and Peekaboo, who's right under them. Oh my gosh, this was such a powerhouse of performances, and there were some amazing collaborators who came and also offered videos of themselves. For example, Dorian Wood and Cassils, Kali, KB Boyce, and I want to give a special thank you to KB Boyce for supporting me in music that I created for the performance festival. Their incredible audio mixing technologies were really helpful in this process. Billy Dean Thomas, Kanyon, Sayers-Roods, Stuart, Getty. There were so many incredible people who supported the production, and I want to say thank you to the Diamond Wave Arts as well as the Brava Art staff for their full support. They made the process so amazing. Definitely last but not least, I want to say a huge thank you to Kevin Seaman for organizing, creating this amazing festival. This is the first ever in the world non-binary performance art festival that is happening, and you can still watch it. That's why I am sharing about this. This festival is still available for on-demand streaming. You can go here again in the description of my video. You can click and get that streaming access so you can see how divine this full experience was. You will feel like you're there with us, cheering us on. And we look forward to connecting with you beyond time and space. So definitely get your on-demand streaming tickets with the Theyfriend Non-Binary Performance Festival. Yes. Yes, yes, yes. Get that link. It's in the description of this video. Again, I am so honored, and I'm going to just share just a little bit here in this video of my performance. I'm going to share some of the music, so I'm going to be cutting to that right now. So if you want to see the rest of that, go online, get those tickets so that you could see the on-demand stream of our amazing performance festival. Ooh, and I'm actually wearing right now the outfit that I wore for the festival. I was a neon yellow fantasy. The other performances were so transformative. I had many tears watching all of the performances. I am so honored to have been chosen to be a part of this festival, and so honored to have collaborated with these incredible people who are so wildly talented. Again, such an honor to be a part of this. Oh my gosh, so this is another incredible book that I had an honor of being included in that I want to highly recommend for this holiday season. This is the book Brujas, The Magic and Power of Witches of Color. Oh my god, it is such an honor to have been included in this divine collection of people and stories and words by Lorraine Monteagut, who is a PhD. Let me just read a little bit about her here. Lorraine Monteagut is a Cuban-Colombian writer born in Miami. Inspired to the spiritual life by her great-grandmother, who was an espiritista in Cuba, she facilitates astrology workshops and moon circles in her local community in Tampa, Florida. She holds a PhD in communication from the University of South Florida, where she began her research on Bruja feminism and the reclamation of ancestral healing traditions. She enjoys hiking, gardening, and backyard beekeeping. And so I just want to read you a couple of words here from this book about what it's about. It is such a much needed book, and it includes so many of my loved ones, so many people that I connect with, that I admire, that I look up to in the Bruja community. So I'll just read a few words here that are written about the book. So, witchcraft has made a comeback in popular culture, especially among feminists. A growing subculture of witches led by Afro-Caribbean immigrants, Indigenous Americans, and other witches of color are reclaiming their ancestral traditions and contributing their voices to the feminist witchcraft of today. Brujas chronicles the magical lives of these practitioners as they develop their healing arts, express their progressive politics, and extend their personal rituals into community activism. They are destigmatizing the witch of their ancestries and bringing persecuted traditions into the open to challenge cultural appropriation and spiritual consumerism. Part memoir, part ritual guide, Brujas empowers readers to decolonize their spiritual practices and connect with their own ancestors. Brujas reminds us that witchcraft is more than a trend, it is an enduring movement. Ooh, got chills reading that. Again, so honored to be included in this book, and Lorraine just did such an incredible job at writing about me and my many practices, my extensive expansive work with art and with communities and witchcraft and education and organizing and the many different ways that I've shown up in community. So let me just read you a couple of words here from the book about myself. Lorraine has included me in chapter 7, which is also known as Queer Magic. Such an honor to be included in this and to be at the beginning of this even. So I'll just start reading from the beginning. Edgar Fabian Frias is borderless. I stumbled onto their Instagram account through the Brujequis hashtag, and it instantly made me feel happy. Their feed is full of far-out imagery and bright colors and affirmations that remind us that things are not black and white. This post is a spell, Edgar often writes in the captions of graphics proclaiming, I am vast, I am light, I am dark, I am void. I am allowed to mutate whenever, forever. There is love waiting for us beyond the gender binary. Edgar reminds me that I can just be, and that is enough. Edgar self-describes as non-binary and queer. They hold a Master of Arts and a license in marriage and family therapy. They're an artist, curator, and educator. They are so many things. I can be so many things too. I am infinite. As Edgar writes in their Instagram description, this is their queer mutant magic, acknowledging all the entities inside. When we get quiet, we can hear them all. Oh my gosh, that's all I'm gonna read. There's so much more in here, and again, Lorraine has done such a beautiful job at speaking about not just me, but so many beloved people in our community. There are so many loved ones that are in this book. Highly recommend you all read this book and also gift it to your bruja loved ones in your life. And again, as this book is very gender expansive, definitely gift it to your brujequis loved ones as well. And just know that, yes, that queer witches of color are here. We are expanding, we are interconnecting, and if you're a queer witch of color, say hello here, leave a comment, let people know who you are. Thank you so much, Lorraine. Again, the link for this book here is in the description of the video. So this next book is really special to me. It is from a dear friend of mine that I met while I was in the clinical mental health counseling program at Portland State University. They were one of my closest friends in the program, and I really feel like we both grew up so much together in that program, and we've also gone to see each other become so many things. This friend, her name is Raina Hassan, and she has a private practice in Portland, Oregon, and has actually started also making books herself, and this is her first debut children's book, I Love You, Monster, and it is such a beautiful offering to our community. This is definitely a book that I wish I would have had as a young person. So I definitely recommend you go out there. Please follow them. They are on Instagram under Playful Magpie. I'm just showing you the image here so you can see that when you go on Instagram, and go add them, go follow them, go check out the work that they're doing because it is so incredible. They're spreading this beautiful message from this book. Again, I Love You, Monster. And this is a story about learning to love what we're afraid of. And so this is such a powerful message. This is something that I definitely feel I have benefited from so much in my life, knowing that so many of us have things within us that we're afraid of and that we can sometimes want to push away or not look at. And there is so much beauty and magic that awaits us when we turn towards them. I'm going to read a couple of words here, show you a couple of the beautiful illustrations from the book by Dane Eisenbart. Again, this book was written by Raina Hassan, who is a dear friend of mine, who is also a psychotherapist. And the illustrations are really beautiful. And I'm going to just show you a couple as I read here. We're going to just read a couple of pages. First one here says, "My head is useful in so many ways, but not when it says, 'I hate you, go away.'" You can see the poor little monsters being sent into the cave. We all know that feeling. And monsters are only scary if we make them so, and only fight against us if we try and make them go. Instead, I can join my heart with my hands to remind myself that I understand. So cute. Oh my gosh. Love the butterflies so much. I can remember that I have a choice. And look at this beautiful kid. They are blowing butterflies and stars and hearts out from their hands. That is so magical. So again, I can remember that I have a choice to speak with my heart. My heart has a voice. And you can see the monster is receiving that love so graciously. They are so happy to be receiving that love, to be seen, to be cared for. Okay, I'm gonna stop right there because I'm gonna probably start to cry if I keep reading this book. It is so beautiful, so touching. I highly recommend you order this for the kids in your life, for the adult kids in your life. This is such a profound story and one that has many healing benefits. Really am excited to share about this book. I'm so honored to be friends with Raina and to have supported the amazing Kickstarter that she did to launch this book. And now that it's launched, she's been invited to give conversation. And I also want to share that Raina is going to be hosting a read aloud with a Q&A on December 4th at 11 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. She's going to be hosted by Claire Oregon, who's another wonderful friend from the same counseling program at Portland State University. And I'm going to be linking the Instagram post where they share a little bit more about this event coming up so soon. So I definitely want to recommend that you all check it out. And again, thank you so much, Raina, for making this book and for being so generous and offering your wisdom to the community, being so generous and sharing what you've learned. I'm imagining through your own personal journey as well in these words. So thank you so much, Raina. I love this book so much, and I know that you will too. There are also a couple of ways that you can support my own art practice this holiday season. And some of those ways also include ways that you can support other organizations that are doing amazing work. The first one I want to mention is that I have some of my artwork available at the Oregon Contemporary in Portland, Oregon. I have a couple of sculptural pieces from Nerica Sontario Somatico that are available for sale right now. And I also made a Zoom background that you could put on your own Zoom. And it has a bunch of rainbows. It's super colorful. I actually kind of picked out the background I have right now. It kind of looks a little bit like that. It's gradient magic. It's colorful. It has, again, a lot of rainbows. It's called Rainbow Dimensions. So I'm linking a link to the Oregon Contemporary store where you could see all that information. And you can support them by buying some of my artwork, and it also helps me out as well. And I also am producing a spell for the venue Coaxial that is in Los Angeles. And Coaxial is an amazing underground DIY space that supports music and video art. It is incredibly important. I've actually collaborated with them a couple of times and really highly recommend the work that they're doing. And I'm creating a spell to support them and their survival. And I'm really honored to be doing that. And you could support them by joining their fundraiser. I'm linking that below. You can help them out. Again, support their work, and you can get also access to some of the amazing work that they're doing there. that we all know is going to end up at some museum probably later on after it's had a few shows there at Coaxial, which they're a breeding ground. They have shown so many amazing people before these folks have had their work in other spaces. And so really, really want to just say how important DIY and underground spaces are for artists to be able to create in and explore in. And I also want to share that I have been creating a lot of artwork that I've been producing and placing onto the blockchain, and I have a lot of works that are available online that are both available in the primary and secondary market, and that are limited edition digital pieces that are videos and paintings and photographs of my work that I'm placing now online to collect on different platforms, and I'm going to be linking those platforms below. Every work that you support and add to your collection is an investment that you're making in an artist in supporting their practice. And I really want to thank all of the amazing collectors of my artwork who've been supporting my work already. And I'm just so grateful to be able to sell my work in this way on the blockchain, working at this moment with both Tezos and Ethereum funds. And I want to just thank my wonderful friend Sarah Zucker for her support in bringing me into the space, and also to all the amazing queer, trans, and BIPOC artists that I've been connecting with in the space. There's so many of us who are selling our work, putting our artwork on the blockchain, and as we know, things that are on the blockchain are there forever, and so we're really inscribing ourselves into history. So really, you could be a part of that history if you also go and purchase some of these works. Again, I'm linking them in the description of this video. It's another way that you could gift yourself or gift someone some artwork and also support myself as an artist. And last but definitely not least, I also am so grateful for the people who purchase tarot readings from me. I do offer 2 card readings on Hey Hero, and about once a month I do open up my books. I'm gonna be sending out a newsletter soon. I'm gonna put a link to my newsletter again in the description of this video if you would like to have a 1-hour more in-depth tarot reading with me. Get on that newsletter because I send out my openings in my practice there first. And also you can always get a 2-card reading from me over on Hey Hero. I'm linking that as well. And many of you have sent me some incredible donations in the past, and your donations keep me thriving. So I am also linking how you can send me donations as well here in the description of this video. And of course, there are many other ways that you could support me. You can share this video, you could share my artwork, you could recommend me to exhibitions, you could show my work to curators, you could retweet something of mine, follow me on social media. I am, as you're seeing here, sliding down on the bottom of this screen here, here on YouTube. I'm also on Instagram, on Twitter. I'm also now on TikTok. You can find me there as well. And so I'm really trying to expand the different platforms that I'm on. And you can also find my link tree where you will find links to all of my work, to all the collections, all the things I've been talking about, as well as podcasts and collaborations that I've been doing with friends of mine. I really want to recommend this amazing video that comes in a green pill from Bottom Feeder. They're a group of incredible queer, transgender, expansive skateboarders who have been filming themselves skating all over the country and creating these magical videos with drag and also incredible animation that's super witchy and alien-y and has this really glitzy. You can see it's super shiny and prismatic and also really punk and metal. So it's really a combination of really amazing aesthetics that I really love and are so eye-catching. And they were featured in Thrasher magazine, which is so amazing. And they're also really good friends with Unity, who has also really encouraged a lot of queer, trans, and gender expansive skateboarders to really come out and to also expand into their own practices and diversify the scene. And when you get this video, you get a green pill. This is a limited edition USB cartridge, and you can see you open it up and it has a USB in there, and in this USB is the video for Bottom Feeder And it is a really fucking epic video, so highly recommend it. I'm gonna link to the video. You could watch it on YouTube. Again, you could own it here in this limited edition pill as well, and you support these artists. And you could also, I'm gonna be linking both the video so you can see what it looks like, and also I'm gonna be linking their store here in the description of this video as well. Thank you, Bottom Theater. Love you. Many of you know that I love Sarah Faith Gottesdiener's Lunar calendar, and this year it is no different. This is one of the most incredible planners that exists on this planet. It is chock full of spells and rituals and has words of affirmation, and it is always so eerily on point that it is it's so amazing. Like, there have been so many moments, like actually recently for the Non-Binary Performance Festival, all of us as performers, we had been talking about how our performances that we were doing that night, which was also an lunar eclipse and it was a full moon, and we were just sharing how it was all for our ancestors and our transcestors. And then of course in the in the lunar planner, it, you know, Sarah Faith Gottesdiener's words were sharing about ancestors and how there was a lot of healing that the eclipse was supporting us with in healing our ancestral ties, and it is always on point in this way. So this is an act of visionary, divinatory planner. So it's not like any other planner on this planet. It is made in collaborations. I had the honor of being the witch who started off the year 2020 for the planner of that year, and this year is no different. There's some incredible artists, witches, healers, mystics who have been included in this book and who share, again, their words, their recipes, their spells, their tarot spreads. So much you get in this book. Highly recommended. These always run out every year, so if you have not ordered yours yet, I highly recommend you get yours. Linking that in the description of this video as well. Okay, this is going to be one of the last things that I'm recommending for the holiday season. It is an amazing oracle deck from Liliana Perez, and this is the Passages oracle deck, and it was created with so much intention and love, and I was so honored to be able to support Liliana in creating this deck through their fundraiser. And I'm just so excited to pull a card here for all of you. You could see that there's a lot of beautiful handmade drawings here. So many colors. So beautiful. Incredibly oracular. This is not like a tarot deck. You know, these are oracle messages that will support you and that are pretty easy, I would say, to understand and connect with. And on the inside, it says, "What will you learn?" So this is really about opening up to the messages that are wanting to come forward. And then on the inside, it also says, "What will you discover?" So beautiful and such open, really gentle prompts. And I'll show you the sides of these. They're so pretty. Super prismatic magic right there. Just look at that. I love that so much. And I want to just show you how the back of this looks, how the back of the deck looks. It is so beautiful. Such a portal. So I'm going to be shuffling these, and I'm just setting the intention to give a collective reading here. This is a Holigay reading as you're entering into the Holigay season. What are you, open to? What are you wanting to discover? What are you wanting to learn in these next few weeks as we're moving into that part of the year? Oh, wow. Trust. We are going to move deeper into trust. We are discovering trust. We are learning what trust means for us. We are creating trust within our webs, and Thank you so much, Liliana, for this beautiful message. I immediately connect with this and really feel that trust in the artwork that you've made, in the connection that you've made with your own higher selves in developing this, in channeling these messages for us. And what an honor and gift it is to share this with all of you and to be able to offer this as a reading for us here as a collective. As you know, I love offering readings and anything, and so even in these, holiday gift guides, I definitely want to offer readings. And just noticing the aura that comes from this prismatic shimmery of this card. Thank you so much for the Passages Oracle deck, Liliana. Such a gift to be able to support you in producing this and to now be honored to have one of these decks. So of course I'm linking the link here below to Liliana's Instagram as well as to where you could buy and purchase this Passages Oracle deck. Let me just show that to you. And last, I really want to plug the Golden Dome School. I have so much love for them. I've collaborated with them in so many ways, and they've been so incredibly supportive of myself and my practice. And they offer many workshops, events, and they also offer potions and stickers and beautiful canvas bags and different ways that you can share your love of the divine, of goddess, of all the animals and plants. As you all know, the Golden Dome is at the intersection of mysticism, of witchcraft, of creative practice, of ecology, and the Golden Dome just had an amazing fundraiser that I was honored to be a part of, and just so happy to see their legacy continuing, the work, the incredibly important work that they're doing continuing. So really want to plug them as someone to really support, buy a loved one a workshop experience. Really giving the gift of the Golden Dome is one of the biggest blessings that you could offer someone. So even if that someone is yourself, of course, I've had so many transformative life healing experiences through the Golden Dome School, and highly recommend becoming a part of the community and supporting them in whatever way you can, and just knowing that they're there to support you too, that this magic is recursive and that is here to support you as well. So love you so much, Golden Dome School. You are such a gift. And I am going to be linking all your links below here as well in the description of this video. And thank you all so much again for watching this video. Thank you for being a part of my webs. And if you want to reach out, I'm also putting how to connect with me here in the description of this video. And if you haven't done so already, like this video, share it with your friends. Make sure you subscribe and that you hit that notification bell for the new videos that I'm going to be releasing very soon. Love you all. Bye.